Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our morning gratitude meditation. This is something that I am going to be keeping up with for the next 21 days. It's basically a way to set a New Year's resolution while we are entering the new year. So instead of waiting until the new year for everybody get stressed out about the resolution, I like to use the end of the year to reflect on what has occurred and what still needs work and get started, manifesting the new year that I want for myself before the year ends. So, what I've started is a 21-day gratitude meditation challenge. So I hope that you will join my challenge. So what that entails is for the next 21 days, I started it yesterday, and it's okay if you're joining now. But every morning we're going to wake up together and we are going to meditate together. And we're going to start the day with gratitude because gratitude is the fastest way to manifest. Because God loves the grateful. God loves people that say thank you. And the universe loves people that put out positive energy and people that expect good things and want good things and share good things and bring good energy and focus on what's good and enjoy what's good. People who bring good energy are people that are full of faith, okay? A lot of times when we're talking about faith, we're talking about religion, but I want you to understand that faith doesn't have much to do with religion. Grand Rising, thank you for being here. Peace and blessings to you as well. Oh, thank you so much for all of the love. Thank you. Good morning, Paula. Grand Rising, thank you. Thank you for being with me. A lot of people associate faith with only religion, but I need you to keep in mind that spirituality existed before religion, okay? So before there was religion, there was spirituality, okay? So this idea of faith, which is really about trusting the universe, trusting God, trusting that good things are possible, believing that good things are possible, and expecting good things. All of that is something that is in our DNA. It's something that is something that should come to us naturally, if I'm being honest. It's something that should come to us naturally because our lives are truly magical. All of us, our existence is truly magical. And if you don't believe it, I want you to do some research about what it takes to make a person. Okay? I know some women are very fertile, so for them, making a baby was like super easy. You know, they just did it once and they got pregnant. Talk to women that are having a hard time getting pregnant. You know, if you want to know how magical life is, talk to a woman who's having fertility issues. Thank you guys for being here. If you wouldn't mind liking the live just to kind of wake it up and get it started. The women that are having fertility issues know. They know. It's not they think, they know about how magical life is. Thank you so much for liking the live. I appreciate it. Because when you have to go through a fertility process, to be able to get pregnant and to be able to bear a child and to be able to give birth, you develop a new understanding for the miracle of life. Because it's not just you lay down and you were pregnant. Everything has to happen at the right time. And it's not so easy. And you don't understand, you're never going to understand how difficult it is to make a baby until you try to make a baby the natural way for years and are unsuccessful because all of the conditions are in there. Doctors have all the recipes in terms of, what it takes. The egg has to be released, the egg has to be mature. Doctors have medications that can give you to help the egg reach maturity, be full, be whole, be healthy. They have shots that can give you, they have pills that can give you, and they can measure, those embryos every couple of days to make sure that those embryos are just the right size, before they inseminate you so that you're able to get pregnant. But a doctor can do all of that under all the right circumstances, and you can still not get pregnant. You can go through all of that science with measuring exactly, what is the normal embryo size, what is the normal egg size, not embryo, rather the egg size, what is the right timing and all of that. And then the sperm still has to get to that egg, and then it still has to close up the right way. It still has to blend. The energies still have to mix, right? And then we have an embryo, and that embryo has to be vital. It has to be vital for the first 3 months. This is why they encourage pregnant women not to share their pregnancy news too soon, because in the first 3 months, you can lose that pregnancy. Anything can happen. I say all of that to say the fact that you are physically here and that you are alive and you're breathing and that you've gone through all of that before you were even born, and that you actually got born and you went through all of that, like learning how to talk, learning how to walk, learning how to fight, learning how to heal. You did all of that and you're still standing here. That in and of itself is, life is so hard. Life is so hard. Life is so hard for all of us. I don't care where you're from. Life is just very, very hard. And the point of spirituality is to remember that life is hard because we can't do it on our own. Life is hard, which is precisely why we need spirit, which is precisely why we need a spirit team, why we need God, we need the universe, we need angels, we need our ancestors, we need backup, we need support. If you are an Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, I need you to know that you manifested into this realm because of your ancestors. Okay, your ancestors are the reason why you are here, especially if you have these signs in your big three. So you are very close to them, and they are very close to you. You should constantly be having a relationship with them. In fact, you should never pour a drink for yourself without pouring one for them. Good morning, Cat Love. Because your ancestors are your life force. Your ancestors chose you as the person who's going to clear out the backlog of bad karma that they have accumulated prior to you coming here. They decided that you had the right temperament, you had the right energy, you had the right look, you had the right mindset, you had all of the right skills. They gave you all of the right skills and abilities to be able to do something they couldn't do, which is to break through old toxic family patterns. Paula said she's got to get ready. Oh, thank you so much. You have a beautiful day, love. So if you have these 3 zodiac signs, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Scorpio, you have a tremendous amount of spiritual support. A tremendous amount of spiritual support. You have more spiritual support than the others, because your spiritual support is both very real in the spiritual realm and very real in the physical realm. Your ancestors are so close to you and they fight for you hard, okay? Because you are their redemption. You are their redemption. So they are very invested in how well you do in this life. So if you have one of these signs, I want you to understand that the magic of your existence is precisely for the purpose of something much bigger than who and what you are. It's for the purpose of their spiritual development, their spiritual growth, their spiritual enlightenment. You know, there were some things that they weren't able to do in their lives that they brought you here to continue working on. This is why these 3 signs often can go through hell and come out of it like nothing ever happened to them. Is because they have both the protection and the healing powers of their ancestors with them. So if you have one of these signs in your big 6, I want you to pay special attention to the houses where you have these signs, and just incorporate that into your spiritual practices, because it's actually going to give you a lot of strength and healing energy to be able to be in communion with your ancestors regularly. I want you to regularly, thank you for my gift, love. I want you to regularly speak with them. I want you to regularly do communion with them. Or pouring a drink for yourself in the morning, I want you to pray for them. I want you to bless them. I want you to thank them, because they are the true warriors in your life, in this physical realm. If you don't have Scorpio, Aquarius, and Capricorn in your big 6, you're still a divine spiritual being, because all of us came from divinity. All of us are of God. So whatever is in God is in us. But this world is very difficult. It's hard for us to stay in our pure light energy. Thank you guys for liking the live and waking it up. So gratitude is a good way to bring ourselves back to light, to love, to truth, to trust, to gentleness. Because when we start saying thank you, we remember all the things that we are grateful for. And we don't want to wait until we don't have those things anymore to start saying thank you. Because the truth is, the universe owes us nothing. This is why when we die, we don't take anything with us. Good morning, love. The reason why when we die, we don't take anything with us is because nothing is truly ours. Nothing is truly ours. I know this is shocking information for Scorpio and Taurus to hear. I know this stings a little bit for you too, because you guys are very possessive and you guys are very attached to your possessions. I understand, but I need you to try to think about it spiritually, okay? Scorpio and Taurus, I want you to think about it spiritually. God is fair. God is just. God is perfection. God is balance. If something is truly yours, do you think that a fair and just God would deprive you of it? Would keep it from you? Would steal it from you? Would take it and not give it back? Do you think God does funny business? Do you think God is a cheat? No, right? God is fair and just, because God is what? Pure light, pure truth, pure love. So if something is truly yours, then it's yours, right? Taurus and Scorpio, it's truly yours. So if all of these things that you hold on to so fiercely with so much control, if these things were really yours, then how come when you die you don't take them with you? If your family members and all your possessions were really yours, how come when you die those things don't magically disappear? How come they don't go away? How come when you die the people you love don't die with you? Because if it's truly yours, when your energy is no longer alive in this realm, then that energy should also perish, right? And that is what the doctors call it when you die. They call you expired, meaning you've perished, meaning the energy is gone, is bad now. It's past its expiration date. That's what death is. It's energy that is past its expiration date. So it expired, it perished. So if these possessions, you know, these people that you love, these things that you have, if these things were truly yours, when your energy perished and expired, these things would perish with you, right? Because if your energy is what keeps them alive, if your energy is what validates them, if your energy is what determines whether they're real or not, if your energy is what determines whether it's in existence or not, then when you perish, they would naturally perish with you, right? Your eyes are yours. When you die, they go with you. Unless, of course, you donate your organs. But everything that is within your body, all your organs, those are truly yours. Because you were born with them. The universe gifted them to you when you were born. You were given all these body parts. Your face is yours. Your heart is yours. Your voice is yours. Your talents, your abilities, your skills, your wisdom, your kindness, your fierceness, your attitude, your belief system, your karma. All of the goodness that you have accumulated in your heart in this life is yours. All of the bad things that you've done and that you've accumulated in this life, it's yours. Everything that you have done that has left an imprint in your heart, you take that with you. And that is all that you take with you. Exactly. Cat Love 224 said that. That's all we take with us. You take with you what was given to you, which is you, the essence of you, because you're not just a body, you're a spirit. The way you talk, the way you look, the energy you give off, the way you crack jokes, the way you laugh, the humor that you like, the food you love to eat, all of that is you. You're coded for greatness. And that code is perfection. You are made to perfection exactly the way that you are. This is why when people have Alzheimer's, like, they're very different. Because even though their body's still alive, their essence is no longer there. So the jokes that will crack, the way they act, the way they move, the funny things, like it's very different now. So when we die, we take our essence, our light with us. That's what perishes. Our light, our energy. We take that with us. But all the things that we have acquired in this life, all of the connections made, all of the relationships we have developed, all of the love that we gave, all of the people that we love, none of them come with us. We go by ourselves the same way we came, by ourselves. And none of these things will protect us from our karma, because our karma is ours. That's what we've earned. That's what we get to earn in this life. We get to earn being a good person. We get to earn being kind. We get to earn, not allowing our hearts to become dark, even though the world is a dark place. We get to earn how to rise above the drama and the trauma of this conditioning and stay connected to divinity so that we can vibrate high, regardless of what's happening here. We get to earn that. That's what spiritual warfare is about. That's what being a spiritual being is about. It's understanding that this ride is short. Even if you live to be 90 years, it's never going to feel like enough. Let me tell you, there's nothing that realizes that more than when you become a parent. Because 1 minute you gave birth to an infant that can barely hold their head up by themselves, and the next minute you look up and they're reading and they're telling you things that you never even knew. And you're just like, whoa, that was just yesterday that you were this tiny. Now you're this big. And then it's only because you're watching them, which is what's so interesting about life, because your spirit still feels the same. So you don't understand that time is passing. Your body doesn't get it, like until, things start falling apart, then you go, okay, I'm getting old. But if your body's fairly healthy, it doesn't really sink in. But when you look at your kids, you cannot escape the truth of that reality, which is that you're getting old, because they were just babies. Now they're adults. So if they're adults now, where are you? Because you were an adult when they came. God is so loving that in her infinite wisdom, she gave life to us with the intentions of us always enjoying life and never wanting life to perish. And this is why when we die, we come back. The only thing that ends really is this ride. It's this test, this opportunity to practice being somebody that vibrates high, being somebody that stays connected to divinity, being somebody that overcomes their obstacles or daily challenges, being somebody who's able to protect their vulnerability, their childlike essence, who's able to protect the goodness that is in them, their innocence, in spite of the darkness in the world. Hi guys on Instagram. That is the purpose of this story, this journey that all of us are on. It's about overcoming evil energy, dark energy, and staying in the light. Because when we die, we take our light with us. And those of you that were brought here by your ancestors, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, if you have any of these signs in your big six, your ancestors played a huge role in you being here. Those of you that were brought here by your ancestors, your job is to allow your light to shine brighter than theirs. Because there's some things that they started and didn't finish that they brought you here to continue. If you're Aquarius moon, it's emotional issues. Because Aquarius moon had ancestors that were very self-centered and didn't care about the suffering in the world or other people suffering for that matter. They only cared about themselves and getting what they wanted, and everything was about them. And they struggled to balance out their selfish needs against the needs of the collective. This is why Aquarius is a zodiac sign of brotherhood in astrology. It's because Aquarius is here to learn that all of us together are one. So, as above, so below. What you do to your brother and sister, you're doing to yourself. This is why Aquarius moon in the highest vibration state is the most soulful moon sign you will ever find. These people have troubles in romantic relationship because their love is so deep and so wide and so bold and so brave and so all-encompassing that they have a hard time simplifying it to just the love of one woman, one man, or one non-binary person. They struggle because the definition of love on earth is very restricting for them, because when they're working in the positive, they understand love is eternal and love is everything. The same love that you have for animals is the same love that you have for babies, is the same love that you have for elderly people. It's the same love you have for yourself. It's the same love you have for your relatives, you have for your mother, you have for your neighbor. Because love is the same. Love is love. People say love is love, but they don't ponder upon what it means. God is love, and love is love. It's truly the same energy. Now, the way that we express that is different between these relationships, because it has to be appropriate to the circumstances. But the essence of that energy is the same. There's no two types of love. Loving yourself to the detriment of others is not love. Love is balanced. Love is equally giving as it is able to receive, because God is balanced. God gives and God takes. God gives you life and God takes life. But when you're tired, God brings you back in another form so you can continue working. Do you see the balance in that? I give and I take. A lot of us struggle in romantic relationships because we don't know how to give and how to take. Some of us think love is just about us taking. Taurus, Scorpio, I know I'm picking on you today, but this is something that you struggle with, that I want you to work on. It's either you're in love to take from others, or you're in love where you don't ask anything, because you struggle with this idea of possession. And love is not about possessive, Taurus, Scorpio. Love is free. Love is free the way God is free. You don't control love. Why do you think people fall for people that they're not supposed to fall for? There's so many movies and stories about even Romeo and Juliet, about people that are not supposed to fall for each other, like people from wealthy family falling in love with people from the wrong side of the tracks, and the families like turning their backs on them. Is because love is free. Because love is from God. You cannot control God. I know there are many narcissistic souls on earth who think this whole ride is about them and they get to do whatever they want and they're in charge and they get to manipulate and control other people and all of that. I hope these people find the healing and cure they're looking for, because because they're gonna need to wake up at some point. I hope someday they understand that God is the ultimate power, the highest power. The universe is the highest power. There is no power higher than that. There is no power higher than nature on earth, and there's no power higher than time, because at the end of the day, everybody has an expiration date. Everybody's got to go sometime, and the laws of nature still hold true no matter how wealthy you are. The amount of money in your bank account will never change the law of nature. Nature is what nature is. It takes an egg and a sperm to make a baby. Those are the laws of nature. You could want a baby really, really bad, but if you don't have an egg and a sperm, you cannot get one. The laws of nature. If you go on top of a really tall building and you jump down, the law of gravity will pull you to the ground. You will not survive that. The laws of nature. God is the ultimate power in this universe. So manifestation and living an abundant life is really about getting our energies in harmony with God's energy. Because when we are living in harmony with God's energy, we're no longer out of sorts. We're exactly where we belong, doing exactly what we're supposed to do, being exactly who we were made to be. So naturally, everything comes easy because we're no longer fighting. We're no longer at war, trying to manipulate, trying to control, trying to dominate, trying to be two-faced, trying to play games, trying to get ahead, trying to fight. When you're spiritually at peace, you no longer fight. I'm not saying that you give up on yourself. What I'm saying is you accept what is. When you want something and God says no and the door gets shut in your face, you don't fight. It doesn't mean you don't grieve. Of course you feel sad because you wanted it and you didn't get it. But you get that if God wanted you to have it, you would have had it. So it's either God doesn't want you to have it or it's not the right time. But either way, you accept both of these possibilities and you move on. Because you know you are not the ultimate power. There is a power higher than you. You're not the highest power. So spiritual people know that rejection is protection. I'm going to say it again. Spiritual people know that rejection is protection. Spiritual people know that when God says, no, not this person. Nope, not this job. Nope, not this house. Not this situation. No. I know you want it, but no. Not this offer. We're not doing that. Not this opportunity. Nope. We're not doing that. Nope, not this money. We're not taking this. No. Not this man. Oh no. Nope. Not this woman. You want something that is bad for you, but you don't have the foresight because time is something that you don't have full control of. In fact, I know plenty of 70, 80-year-olds that still act like they're 12 because they don't have a concept of time. Humans are not hardwired to understand time. But guess who knows time? God knows time. God has seen what this person is going to do to you 15, 20, 30 years from now. And God said, nope, you're not putting her through that. You're not putting her through that. Get out of here. But you don't know all that. You don't know the backstory. So you just think, oh my God, I love them so much. And they broke my heart. I gave them everything and it wasn't enough. Nobody's ever going to love. No, that's not what the story, that's not the moral of the story. You know, it's not that nobody's ever going to love you. No. It's not that. It's this person is not good for you because you have the information. And your protector, the universe, has all the information. And you are being protected from harm by this person being removed from your energy. Sometimes some of the worst things that you've ever gone through are actually the best things that you've ever gone through. The worst times in my life have always been the best times in my life, personally. And I am a powerful alchemist. So for me, at this point, it comes naturally. Let me give you a little secret about alchemy. And then from here, I'm gonna move on to the meditation. You want to know how you know that your life is about to elevate? Anybody wants to guess based on what we've been discussing? How do you know when your manifestations are about to come in and your life is about to go up? How do you know when your life is about to elevate and things are about to look up for yourself? How do you know? What's the telltale sign? That spiritually you can just look at that and you go, yeah, shit's about to get real good. Yes, Cat Love 24 got it. Somebody said ring it in the ear. Somebody said Tess, and Cat Love 24 got it. And Winnie the Pooh got it too. Cat Love 24 said when you lose everything, when you go through a lot. Yes, that's the right answer. When your life goes to shit. And people that are not spiritual have a hard time with this because they don't understand alchemy, they don't understand magic, they don't understand energy work. When we're talking about alchemy and magic, do y'all realize we're talking about God? I know some of you have been so corrupted by Western philosophy and Western religion that you are disconnected from your faith, but I need you to know that you are a spiritual being. Okay? Hello, good morning, my love. God is a powerful alchemist. God kills you and brings you back to life. What do you think that is? You don't think that's magic? You don't think that's alchemy? There's a force in this universe that can kill you and bring you back multiple times. You don't think that's magic? God is magic. Manifestation is magic. Faith is magic. When your life is about to be abundant, when you're about to step into your manifestation era, when you're about to step into your glow up era, your life is going to go to shit. Everything is going to go wrong. Everything. All of a sudden, everything is going to go wrong. And the people that have faith, when they see that coming, they go, yeah, because the laws of the universe tell us that dichotomy is what we're made out of, light and darkness. You need both because energy flows. Energy that is prosperous, energy that is manifesting flows. You need both the light and the darkness to manifest in this realm because this world has a lot of darkness. This is why naive people are nice. Naive people are nice people. Nice people are naive. Nice people expect the best out of people. Nice people think the world is a safe place and everybody is good. And they go out in the world without their darkness thinking that their light is going to protect them from harm. And then when they give all their love to the wrong person and that person turns around and stab them in the back, they go, but I was so loving to them. How can I do this? Because they're a shark, baby. A shark is going to smell blood and come for you. That's how. Do not ask a shark to be a puppy. What are you thinking? You think you're going to live in a world full of darkness and you're going to go out there with all your light and you think that's going to protect you from darkness? No, that's not how it works. You need is light, but this world is dark. We are both made out of light and darkness, so we can survive. So spiritual people know that light and darkness work together to create magic. They know this. So spiritual people know that when their lives start to fall apart, and when everything gets dark, and when they start to lose friends, and they start to lose people that they thought they would have in their lives forever, and they start to lose opportunities, and their car breaks down, and their lover cheats on them, and their health goes to hell, and they start to feel like they're gonna go crazy because they're going right and they're being tested from every angle, then know that what's on the other side of all of that darkness is the purest light. Because the depth of the darkness is directly proportionated with the depth of the light. This is why when we're going through dark times, we remain steady and we cling to our faith, because we know that on the other side of our darkest hour is our brightest hour. So we don't fear the dark, because we need the dark. We need the dark. We don't fear the light, because we need the light. We need them both. So if you want to get powerful manifestation, the best thing you can do for yourself is to understand your darkness and your light, and how to utilize that energy to manifest. The people that are terrible at manifestation are the people that think that they're full of rainbows and cuddles and hearts and love and sweetness, and they have no bite to them. And the people that are terrible at manifestation are the people that are so full of darkness that they do not recognize the light when they see it. They're so disconnected from God. You need both. I'll say it again. Naive people are nice people. Spiritual people are kind people. Kindness is a choice. It's an act. It's a decision. It's an awareness. It's a consciousness. When you're kind, you're making a decision. Someone said they love the content. Thank you, love. You're making a decision. You have an awareness. You're not following a script. You're not doing something because society told you to do it. Oh, you're a girl and the world raised you to be somebody that's always sweet and nice and smiling and happy. Someone that looks the other way when people harm you. Because that's what girls are raised to be. That's the earthly conditioning. It's the earthly conditioning that girls were given, excuse me, so they can be controlled by the patriarchy. That has nothing to do with God. God didn't make women to be controlled. God didn't make the feminine to be treated like a second-class citizen. That's what humans did. That's not of God. Kindness is about consciousness. It's saying to yourself, I recognize that I am not the highest power. And I know that I have to answer for the energy that I bring to this world and the energy that I carry. I know one day I will expire from this realm, this reality, and I will tap into another reality that I don't yet have access to, but I know it's coming. And on that day, I know that the things that I've done in this reality and the energy that I created in this reality and the energy that I die with, which is my karma and my dharma, I know that those things are going to be important, because those are the only things I get to take with me when I die. Those are the only things I leave with. I leave this universe with my energy, my karma, my dharma. So, because I am mindful of that, I want to live right. I want to be someone that is just, because I want the universe to be fair and just with me, because so as above, so is below. What you give is what you get. Yin yang. Is it all making sense now? So Virgo, it was never about perfection. And Pisces, it was never about being an angel and looking the other way when people harm you. It was never about that. It was about balance. That's what Libra knows. Sometimes fight. That's what Aries knows. Because people will try you. People will test you. People will play in your face. People will throw rocks and hide their hands. People will try to elicit you to anger only to act like the victim. Because people are living in darkness. They're lost. They forgot that they have to answer for their energy and how they've used their energy on earth. They forgot. So they come to earth and they start playing silly games to distract themselves from their purpose, their spiritual purpose, and distract others from their spiritual purpose. When you meet these spirits, you are supposed to fight them. That's what Aries knows. You're supposed to be a spiritual warrior and put them back in their place where they belong, in their low vibrational energy with the demons. The demons are in the ground. By the way, here's another tidbit. That's why when we die, we get buried in the ground. That's why for many, many traditions, people have been buried in the ground when they die. Because the demons are in the ground. They're below. They're all the way below. And the highest power is all the way above. As above, so is below. Do you get it? Dichotomy. So when we die, we get to go underground. And the energy that we carried, if it was clean, pure energy, it's going to shine brightly down there too. And then our spirit gets to migrate to a higher realm. And when we die, if the energy that we carried was the energy of death and of darkness and of negativity and of fear, we stay below with the demons where they live, because fear is what rules the demons. And spiritual beings are ruled by love and light and hope. That's the difference. Spiritual people are hopeful. So no matter how dark it gets, they know there is a God. God is the highest power. And in this realm where God rules, anything is possible. So I'm going to believe in magic. I'm going to believe in the mysteries of the universe. I'm going to believe that even though my eyes are looking at one thing, I know that my heart is yearning for something good. And I'm going to lean into what my heart is yearning for, even though I have no physical evidence of that in the physical realm at this specific juncture. That's what faith is. And that is what separates the spiritual beings from the ones that are dead. Because when you're not living in spirit, my dear, you're already dead. Yes, you're breathing, but you're just waiting for your day to be lowered to the ground because you're no longer aspiring for greatness. Greatness is elevation. Greatness is higher. Greatness is of God. So sometimes, like Aries, you have to fight to get the demons out of your way. Sometimes, like Gemini, you have to speak that ugly truth that nobody else has the courage to speak. Sometimes, like Cancer, you got to protect your heart because you can't keep giving your love to people that do not reciprocate it, because that's not good self-love. You can't give love that you don't got. So baby, it starts with yourself. That love that you're trying to give that man and that woman that they're not appreciating, I need you to give it to yourself. That's the message of Cancer. Sometimes, like Leo, you've got to just believe that you're the best thing that's ever happened on earth. Sometimes it takes a little bit of delusion to manifest. Because honestly, spirituality is about delusion, if I'm being honest. Faith is about what is unseen. That's what we call delusion, right? People who only believe in what's tangible and concrete are terrible manifestation for this reason. And Virgo, I'm speaking to you. You get so caught up in your head with all the facts and all the analysis and what's tangible, that you forget that there is a spiritual element to this realm. This earth isn't just about what's tangible. This is tangible, yes, it's a hard surface. But Virgo, if you're a scientist who has studied physics or chemistry, then you know that everything is made out of atoms and molecules. So through another mechanism through which we can understand this solid object, we can see that all atoms and molecules are constantly vibrating. So is it solid or is it moving? The answer is it's both. Virgo, it's both. It's both tangible and spiritual. It's both physical and unseen. It's both. Succeeding at life is being able to maneuver your way through the physical realm by utilizing your spiritual gifts, because you were a spirit being before you were a physical human. You were a spiritual manifestation before you were a physical manifestation. And when you think about it, that is how manifestation works. When you want better health, you first imagine yourself having better health. And then you make a decision to live as if your health was better, even though nothing in the physical realm has changed. And then what happens is that the physical realm follows, and suddenly your health is actually better. They've done so many studies with people that were chronically ill, cancer patients, who literally manifested better health by just having faith. That's what the whole story of Jesus was about. You can actually will yourself into a new reality if you believe in it hard enough. Some call it magic, some call it prayer, some call it manifestation, some call it a science experiment. Whatever you want to call it, it requires both an understanding of the physical and the spiritual realm. When your love is pure and you're giving it to a demon, you should not be surprised if that demon's intention is to drain you of your love. You shouldn't be surprised. Someone said they heard that from Dolores Cannon. I don't know who Dolores Cannon is, but now I'm going to Google them after this, because I like to align myself with people who think the way I do. Thank you for sharing that with me. People who do not appreciate your vitality, your time, your gifts, your spiritual essence, are people that are demonic forces. Okay? I need you to understand that demons are not some dark, weird creatures in the dark that are gonna pounce on you at night when no one is looking. You guys have such weird ideas about spirituality sometimes. It's not that complex. Good morning, my love. Demons look like you and me, okay? Demons are people that you know. Some of your friends are demons. Some of your family members are occupied by demons. Some of your co-workers. Demons are regular people. They just leave with demons. They're occupied by demons. Demons are their masters. Whatever the demons are telling them to do, that's what they do. Because the demons are leading them down the wrong path. And that path is a path of rebellion against love and light. Demons hate love. Demons hate light. Demons hate truth. Demons hate peace. Demons hate harmony. Demons hate everything that is good. Health, wealth, abundance, greatness, they hate it. They hate it. You know those people. When you bring them your good news, the first thing out of their mouth is something negative. Come on now. You've met demons before. Some of you live with them. Demons are not weird creatures. They're masquerading as humans. Because we are spirit beings in human form. We're spirit beings in human form. Some of us are listening to love and light, angelic forces that guide us. And some of us are listening to demonic forces that guide us. Yeah, some people are possessed by demons. And that's how they live their lives, in submission to their demons. Yes. Do not be fooled by them. And you can recognize them by their energy. Jamie said, for a long time, I feel that my uncle was the most evil person, nothing good about him. Yes, energy doesn't lie. You can always recognize them by their energy. Because somebody that is of God, somebody that is in communion with God, somebody that is living right, somebody that is on the right side of history, somebody that is living in love and light, somebody that is aware that this life doesn't entirely belong to them and one day they're going to die and they're going to have to answer for the energy they're bringing because that energy is going to affect them in the next realm. That person is not working against God. That person is wanting to stay as close to God as possible because they do not want no problems with God, okay? But the demons, they've decided to be in opposition to God forever. So they're in the ground, okay? They're in the ground. That's why when we die, we get buried in the ground. That's why people that live the way that they know is wrong, when they die, as they get closer to death, they get afraid of dying because they know what's going on in the ground. They know what's in that ground. That's why people are scared to die. They know when they get in that coffin, when they get in that ground, what's going to go down. They're going to get to meet all those demons that we're communion with. All those demons that we're having a good old time with, you know, rebelling against God and doing all those evil things on earth and disturbing the peace and spreading all that negativity and all that hatred. Yeah, they get to be back with them. And this time they don't have an audience. They're the star of the show now. They know what's up. That's why people get scared to die when they get old, because they know how they lived. But people that are living right are never afraid to die. Because they trust God. They're like, oh, God, if you say now's the time, then now's the time. Because they don't wait until the end of life to try to get right. They do it every day. Every day they want to go to bed at peace. Because they know if I don't wake up tomorrow, because mind you, every night we transition to the spirit realm. Did you know that? Our energy is so weakened in this reality because we are pure light. And there's so much darkness in this realm. Our energy is so weakened, that's why we need rest. That's why we need sleep. And by the way, Pisces, this is why you need a lot of naps. Is because you're the most connected to the spirit realm than us. This is why you hate life, by the way, Pisces. Pisces hates dealing with the physical realm, bills, humans, the shenanigans of the existence of life, why everything has to be so stressful. Pisces gets easily overwhelmed with this reality because Pisces has already transitioned to the spiritual realm. They're physically here, but they're mostly daydreaming. They're hardly ever physically present in the physical realm. They spend as little time as possible in here because Pisces is already on the other side. Aquarius is the next one in line. Aquarius is very connected spiritually. This is why Aquarius loves people but hates people. Have you noticed that? Aquarius loves people because they know their spiritual calling is to enlighten the world. They know this. They know that's why they were brought here. So they know they have to be close to people. And Aquarius is a sign of the brotherhood. So they know they have to be close to people. Because you can't lead people into a better reality if you're not near them, if you also hate them. But Aquarius has a difficult relationship with humans because Aquarius can see through people. They can see through you. So the mystique is gone. The mystery is gone. And they can see all the foolishness. And it's quite exhausting for them because they're also very logical. And they don't understand why humans are so... Why humans are so... What's the word? Unaware. Why they're so unaware of the fact that this ride is temporary and it was truly just a test of balancing out our light against our darkness, and the goal was to just put out more light than darkness. They don't understand why that's so difficult for people to get, that when somebody's being nice to you, you should just be nice to them. And if you have a lot of something and somebody needs it, you should just share it with them. Like Aquarius is a very simple minded person, because to them being genuine and being kind comes so naturally, and they don't understand why it's something they even have to explain to humans. So that's why they hate humans. But at the same time, they love humans because they want humans to do better. And their job is to be the light in the world. This is why Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is represented by light. Aquarius is a humanitarian of the zodiac for that reason. So Aquarius is really the last hope that humans have to connect with God. And this is why Aquarius, a lot of people hate you, is because humans don't naturally want to connect with God. Let me tell you, humans don't naturally want to do the right thing. They want to do what they want to do. They want to do the selfish thing. They want to do what feels good to them. They don't like it when you bring up the fact that there are consequences for their actions. They don't like it. That's why they shame you. That's why they're always trying to exclude you from society. That's why wherever you go, Aquarius, they're always trying to make it seem like you're not human, that you're weird, that you're bizarre. That's why they act like they don't understand you, because at the bottom level, they don't understand basic, simple acts of kindness that are done just because it's the right thing to do. They don't get that. A lot of them, even when they're being kind, it's a manipulation strategy to get something from somebody. And you, with this pure, genuine heart, your heart is so pure that it's above their head. It's like you don't speak the same language. Profound said, but in as much as there are simple-minded people, see them as not understandable. Yes, because Aquarius is very logical. Aquarius is deeply rooted in common sense and in a basic understanding of life. If I'm nice to you, you're nice to me. If I'm good to you, you're good to me. If I love you forever. Hi, Queen. Thanks for joining. Aquarius is deeply rooted in functioning in the light. So people don't understand Aquarius because they don't understand God's ways. People don't understand God's ways. People don't even understand that they are a God. So how can they possibly understand Aquarius? And when Aquarius tries to tell them, you are a God, just like me, I'm a God, you're a God, they're like, oh, Aquarius is so narcissistic. Aquarius is so narcissistic. No, Aquarius is not narcissistic. Aquarius is telling you about who you are. Aquarius is a mirror. They're an air sign. Aquarius is here to give us information so we can correct ourselves before we transition, which is Pisces. Pisces is our spiritual death. You're supposed to be as full of yourself as Aquarius is of themselves, but you're supposed to be humble. And that's the thing about Aquarius that a lot of people miss. They think because Aquarius is humble, Aquarius is an easy prey. A lot of times people take Aquarius's kindness for weakness, and they love to try Aquarius's gangster. They love it. They love it. And Aquarius is like, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to be mean? Why do you have to awaken the dragon? Why can't you just take the sweetness that I'm giving you? I've already gone through hell. I've lived all these lives from Aries all the way to Aquarius. I know now that love is the only way. Good morning, Lulu Cubes. I know now that goodness is the only way. So why do you have to do that? This is why when Aquarius gives you back the dark energy that you gave them, it's bad. Because they're not going to give you more than what you deserve. They're always going to give you exactly what you deserve with a little razzle dazzle, because air sign, you know, got to make the magic shine a little bit. People are always surprised to find out that Aquarius is not as meek as they thought. It's because when you're spiritually aligned, you're supposed to know you are a God, but you're supposed to walk the earth with tenderness. You're supposed to walk the earth with gentleness because you already know your powers. So you have nothing to prove. And we know we're not the highest power. So I know my place in the hierarchy. That's why I'm humble. That's why I don't show off all my strengths. That's why I play possum. That's why I don't brag about all the things I know and all the things I've been and all the things I am. That's why I only show you a glimpse of who I am, because I don't want to overwhelm you with my divinity, with my powers. Someone said I'm literally describing them as an Aquarius. God bless you. Oh, God bless you too. Someone said I'm speaking to their Aquarius moon and sun. Beautiful. But that is the magic of Aquarius that people don't understand, is that Aquarians have care in abundance. They don't. They bring them anger, frustration. They pit their siblings against each other. They compare them to their siblings. Why can't you be as good as your sister? They're awful. Awful. Awful, awful. Terrible, terrible. So that's a video for another day. For now, let's go ahead and transition to our gratitude meditation. And I'll catch you guys again tomorrow around the same time. We're doing a 21-day meditation challenge to increase our gratitude as we wrap up the end of the year and welcome the new year. I want to remind you that I have over 1,500 videos on YouTube at Intuitive Healing if you want to learn more about astrology. Any question that you may have, I'm pretty confident I may have already answered it because I produce so much content. So just check out Intuitive Healing, follow that YouTube account. If you're interested in astrology and popular culture, I do celebrity astrology chart readings on Styled Under. That's another YouTube channel you can follow. I also have an astrology channel where I just do astrology predictions. So every week I tell you what to expect this week in astrology, so you know what kind of energy the week is going to bring. I also have a Patreon account that you can follow. That one though is a private subscriber only account where I give daily astrology prediction readings to my followers. I also get acquainted with their natal chart so that when we have a lunar cycle going on, when we have a new moon or a full moon rather, I give them a private reading about what to do to manifest the best outcome for their situation. Links in bio to access all those accounts. I also want to remind you that I'm having a giveaway all month long. All you have to do to participate is donate $1 to the Trevor Project, and a random winner is going to be selected, and I'm going to send a lucky winner 2 gifts. Thank you, Lulu Cubes, for collaborating with me on this giveaway, and I'll be shipping these gifts to you. So that's pretty much all that's going on. So link in bio for all of what I just mentioned. So now let's transition to our gratitude meditation, and you can catch me again tomorrow morning about this time for conversations about spirituality, manifestation, and gratitude. And thanks again so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you.
Gratitude is the fastest way to raise your vibration so that you can attract to yourself the life of your dreams.
Let me turn off my alarm.
Powerful. Remember to feel gratitude for all that you already have and all that you are in the process of manifesting. Everything you desire is simply waiting for you in the infinite field of consciousness, and your gratitude will magnetize and maximize your power of manifestation. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for my bed. Thank you for my shower. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for my home. Thank you for warmth. Thank you for my healthy body. Thank you for the earth beneath my feet. Thank you for my freedom. Thank you for Mother Nature. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for my intuition. Thank you for travel. Thank you for my ability to replenish and rejuvenate. Thank you for companionship. Thank you for the plants. Thank you for my ability to visualize. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for my ability to dream. Thank you for the trees. Thank you for to manifest all of my desires. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for my ability to create wealth. Thank you for the moon. Thank you for my ability to do what I love. Thank you for the wind. Thank you for reflection. Thank you for all my teachers. Thank you for the night sky. Thank you for all my lessons. Thank you for the stars. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for the oceans and the seas. Thank you for silence. Thank you for the forests. Thank you for my self-respect. Thank you for the mountains. Thank you for my ability to feel inner peace. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for my ability to sleep peacefully. Thank you for the infinite opportunities available to me. Thank you for all my senses. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for water. Thank you for fresh fruits and vegetables. Thank you for my ability to live with authenticity. Thank you for choice. Thank you for the balance of life. Thank you for transportation. Thank you for my capacity to unconditionally self-love. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for compassion. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for my ability to give and receive. Thank you for my creativity. Thank you for my capacity to feel joy. Thank you for light. Thank you for sound. Thank you for my playfulness. Thank you for my ability to have wholesome, loving relationships. Thank you for laughter. Thank you for rest. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for delicious foods and drinks. Thank you for my ability to touch and be touched. Thank you for the beauty of nature. Thank you for my ability to forgive. Thank you for all the seasons. Thank you for my ability to heal. Thank you for wildlife. Thank you for my ability to achieve financial freedom. Thank you for my passions. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for my strong bones. Thank you for my strong muscles. Thank you for my healthy heart. Thank you for my strong back. Thank you for my legs. Thank you for my feet. Thank you for my arms. Thank you for my hands. Thank you for my eyes. Thank you for my ears. Thank you for my taste buds. Thank you for my healthy digestive system. Thank you for my balanced nervous system. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for the process of realizing my innate perfection. Thank you for movement. Thank you for my ability to learn and grow. Thank you for new beginnings. Thank you for my ability to have a deeply fulfilling romantic relationship. Thank you for color. Thank you for my ability to make peace with my body. Thank you for music. Thank you for my ability to trust. Thank you for books. Thank you for my inner sanctuary. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. Thank you for dance. Thank you for my natural talents. Thank you for my vibrant energy. Thank you for my inner wisdom. Thank you for my healthy boundaries. Thank you for all my experiences. Thank you for all my blessings. Thank you for my capacity to love and be loved. Thank you for my unique spark of the divine. Thank you for my connection to all that is. Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. This is Jess from Live the Life You Love, supporting you to create your dreams. And I love you.
And I love you too, Jess. Thank you. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks to those of you who meditated with me. Thank you for spending this morning with me. So this is our 21 days of gratitude. This is day number 2. So I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow for day number 3. Wonderful rest of your day. I love you. Au revoir. Merci. Bye-bye.